Weekend, and some of the world's best-known economic experts, including some former Fed officials, aren't convinced. Our economics editor, Michael McKee, our own expert, was there, and he has the details. Mike?
Well, Eric, how could Ben Bernanke sell the American people on QE2 if he can't convince his friends and colleagues? 2 Feds worth of current and retired policymakers were there to hear Bernanke defend his policy on Jekyll Island, Georgia this weekend, but he had a tough time convincing the crowd.
I have rejected any notion that we are going to try to raise inflation to a supernormal level in order to have effects on the economy.
But even Greenspan, who didn't take a public position, offered a warning.
Monetary policy eases far more rapidly than it tightens.
It was all very collegial and on the surface friendly, but the experts and old-timers at the Fed conference made it clear Bernanke, they feel, may be gambling with the economy.
I want to get your thoughts first on the chairman's testimony. He essentially said that QE2 is working, that it's helping to create jobs, but the Fed needs to remain on the same path because we're not quite there yet. What is your response to his testimony?
Well, I would say there's a partial truth to that. He's maintained some jobs on Wall Street, and they're doing pretty well, but it hasn't done anything for Main Street. It hasn't done anything to give us real jobs. It hasn't done anything for people who are losing their houses. So I would think that overall it's a total failure, and we haven't even seen the bad effects from QE2. They're yet to come. Matter of fact, even QE1, those bad effects haven't been fully felt. They're in the mainstream there, and they're going to come out. And one question that came up on my hearings today is where all 3 of the individuals testifying, I said, what are you going to do to unwind this? Bernanke is so overconfident, I can take care of it. And just like he knew this crisis was coming, and now he can take care of anything. He says, I can take care of any kind of recession because I can print all the money in the world. And he says, don't worry about unwinding. He can take care of it. Don't worry about it.
One of the other things he was confident was that these policies were not triggering inflation. He pointed to the fact that inflation at home is under control. There may be inflation overseas, but those people have their own monetary policies. They should be taking care of that. How did that go over with you?
Well, that subject came up, and I quite frankly have made fun of that because he looks at the CPI and they rig that number, and they like to ignore food and energy. And, few people use food and energy. So therefore, he looks at government statistics, which are fudged to reassure him that he doesn't have to do anything. And then when he has to do something, he can't. But he doesn't talk much about commodity prices. They're skyrocketing. Food prices are going up. What about a bond price? He's supposed to give us full employment and stable prices. And we have neither. We have high unemployment and we have very unstable prices.
Do you think gold is money?
No.
It's not money. Even if it has been money for 6,000 years, somebody reversed that and eliminated that economic law.
Well, it's an asset.